Are you, like me, absolutely furious at the thought of another early playoff exit for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Are you ready for a move that could finally, truly, fundamentally change their defensive fortunes and perhaps, just perhaps, deliver the ultimate prize? Because a bold new trade idea is swirling and has the potential to transform this team from a perennial contender into a legitimate Stanley Cup threat. For years, the Toronto Maple Leafs have been a team defined by offensive fireworks and, let's be honest, defensive question marks. We've seen the dazzling goals, the highlight reel plays, and the regular season dominance. But when the chips are down, when the playoffs arrive, and the physicality ramps up, the whispers always turn to the blue line. Do they have enough? Is their defense truly championship caliber? This season, as the Leafs meticulously round out their roster for the approaching 2025-26 campaign, those questions are once again front and center. While their current back end, featuring stalwarts like Reilly, McCabe, Tanev, Carlo, Larson, and Benoit, is undeniably solid, there's a palpable sense that one more true top four piece could be the missing ingredient. That one player who can chew big minutes, play in all situations, and provide that crucial blend of offense and shutdown ability when defense, as they say, wins championships. Enter Cole Shelton of Heavy Sports, who has dropped an intriguing trade idea that has sent ripples through the hockey world. It's a concept that sees Toronto addressing this critical defensive need head-on by engaging in a significant transaction with the Seattle Kraken. The target? None other than a highly effective, yet often underrated, Vince Dunn. Let's break down this proposed blockbuster. In this scenario, the Toronto Maple Leafs would acquire Vince Dunn, a defenseman who could instantly become a blue line bedrock. In return, the Seattle Kraken would receive Oliver Ekman-Larsson, a veteran defenseman, along with promising first-round prospect Ben Danford and a 2026 third-round pick. On the surface, it looks like a classic win-now versus future-focused deal, but let's dig deeper into why this could be a stroke of genius for both franchises. So, how exactly does Vince Dunn help the Maple Leafs? The answer, my friends, is multifaceted and incredibly compelling. Dunn is not just a good defenseman. He's one of the most underrated two-way blue liners in the entire National Hockey League. He possesses that rare combination of offensive flair and defensive responsibility that every cup-contending team craves. We're talking about a player who can comfortably log over 20 minutes a night, slotting seamlessly into the Leafs' top four. But it's not just about ice time. It's about impact. Dunn is equally adept on both special teams units, a power play quarterback with a cannon from the point, and a reliable penalty killer who can break up plays and clear the zone with authority. Last season in Seattle, Dunn put up a respectable 11 goals and 28 assists, totaling 39 points. Good numbers, no doubt. But here's where it gets truly exciting for Leafs fans. On a Toronto team, surrounded by the likes of Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares, with their unparalleled offensive firepower, Dunn would likely see a significant bump in production. We're talking about a return to, or even an exceeding of, his peak production from the 2022-23 season, where he recorded an astounding 64 points. Imagine that for a moment. A defenseman quarterback in the Leafs' already lethal power play, adding another layer of offensive threat, while also providing stout defensive play. It's a tantalizing prospect that could elevate Toronto's blue line from solid to truly elite. He brings a physical edge when needed, a calm presence under pressure, and the ability to transition the puck swiftly, turning defense into offense in a blink. This isn't just an upgrade. It's a paradigm shift for the Leafs' defensive identity. Now, let's flip the script and consider this from the Seattle Kraken's point of view. Why would they part with a player of Dunn's caliber? The answer lies in their long-term vision. Seattle is a relatively young franchise, and while they've shown flashes of brilliance, their winning days, in terms of sustained cup contention, are likely a few years down the road. This trade allows them to make a calculated sacrifice in the present that could pay dividends far down the line. In return for Dunn, they acquire Oliver Ekman-Larsson. While OEL is certainly in the back end of his illustrious career, he's far from a spent force. He can still be a superb top six option on their blue line, providing veteran leadership, a steady presence, and an example for younger defensemen. More importantly, Seattle gets Ben Danford, a promising first-round pick prospect. Danford represents the future, He's the kind of young, high-upside talent that rebuilding teams covet. He could become a cornerstone of their defense for years to come, grow with the franchise and developing into a top-tier NHL player. Add to that a 2026 third-round pick, which provides additional draft capital, and you have a package that aligns perfectly with a team looking to build for sustained success. This isn't just a trade, it's an investment in their future, a strategic move to stock their prospect cupboard and ensure long-term competitiveness. From an analytical standpoint, this trade idea appears to make a tremendous amount of sense for both sides, albeit for very different reasons. The Maple Leafs are firmly in win-now mode. Their core is established, their window is open, and they need to maximize every opportunity. Acquiring Vince Dunn immediately strengthens their defensive group, adding a dynamic, two-way presence that could be the difference maker in a grueling playoff run. As one anonymous scout reportedly commented, Dunn brings that quiet intensity and versatility that Toronto has been missing on the back end. He's a gamer, and he's not afraid of the big moments. This isn't just about adding a body. It's about adding a piece that fits perfectly into their championship puzzle. For Seattle, it's about patience and foresight. They're making a sacrifice in the present, giving up a valuable asset, but they're doing so to acquire assets that could pay off handsomely down the line. Oliver Ekman-Larsson provides immediate veteran stability, while Ben Danford and the third-round pick are crucial pieces for their long-term rebuilding blueprint. It's a clear strategic play. Toronto pushes all its chips to the center of the table for immediate contention, while Seattle carefully cultivates its future. This isn't just a hypothetical trade. It's a blueprint for how the Leafs could finally address their most pressing need and take that elusive next step. It's a move that could ignite the fan base, galvanize the locker room, and most importantly, put them in the best possible position to hoist the Stanley Cup. The thought of Dunn patrolling the blue line, alongside Really, bringing that blend of skill and grit, is enough to send shivers down any hockey fan's spine. It's a bold move, an aggressive move, and one that could define the Leaf season. So, what do you think, Leafs Nation? Is Vince Dunn the missing piece? Is this the kind of aggressive, calculated move that finally gets us over the hump? Drop your thoughts, your hopes, your wildest predictions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you're ready for a defensive upgrade and believe this could be the year. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more breaking trade talk, in-depth analysis, and all the hockey news you can handle. Let's get this conversation started. Can you feel the electric anticipation building in Montreal? Habs fans? Are you ready for a move so bold, so audacious? It could fundamentally reshape the future of this storied franchise and put them on a fast track to a Stanley Cup? Because a truly seismic trade pitch has emerged, and it could see the Canadiens acquiring a young, powerhouse center in a blockbuster deal that would send shockwaves across the league. The Montreal Canadiens, fresh off a playoff appearance that signaled a clear shift in their trajectory, are a team on the rise. They're young, they're fast, and they're hungry. But even with all that promising talent, one glaring need has persisted: a legitimate second-line center. In today's NHL, center depth is paramount. It's the engine of your offense, the linchpin of your defensive structure, and the key to sustained success, especially in the grueling playoffs. The Habs have some solid pieces, but that true, high-impact number 2 pivot has been elusive. It's the kind of piece that transforms a good team into a great one, a playoff team into a cup contender. Well, get ready, Habs Nation, because Heavy.com has unveiled a trade idea that is nothing short of a stunner. This isn't just a minor tweak. This is a full-blown, franchise-altering blockbuster that could see the Canadiens acquiring one of the most exciting young centers in the game, Quinton Byfield from the Los Angeles Kings. Let's dive into the specifics of this proposed deal, because the stakes couldn't be higher. In this scenario, the Montreal Canadiens would acquire Quinton Byfield, a player who could immediately slot in as their long-sought-after second-line center and inject a massive dose of offense into their lineup. But as with all truly impactful trades, the price is hefty. In return, the Los Angeles Kings will receive Kirby Dach, top defensive prospect David Reinbacher, and a 2026 first-round pick. This is a significant package, a testament to Byfield's value, but one that could absolutely bolster Montreal's offensive firepower and provide that crucial 1-2 punch down the middle. So, why Quinton Byfield for Canadiens? The answer is simple. He's a perfect fit for their young, evolving core. Selected second overall in the 2020 draft, Byfield is a towering 6'5" center who plays a complete 200-foot game. He brings size, skill, and a rapidly developing offensive touch that would complement Nick Suzuki beautifully. He's currently entering the second year of a 5-year, $31.25 million deal, a contract that speaks volumes about his potential and the Kings' belief in him. Last season, Byfield truly broke out, recording 23 goals and 31 assists for 54 points in 81 games. These aren't just good numbers. They're the numbers of a burgeoning star, a player who is just scratching the surface of his capabilities. Imagine him centering a line with some of Montreal's dynamic wingers, adding much-needed secondary scoring and a powerful presence in front of the net. He plays well both ways, making him a reliable option in all three zones, and his size adds a physical dimension that the Canadiens could certainly use. He's not just a scorer. He's a puck possession beast, a forechecking terror, and a player who makes his line mates better. This isn't just filling a hole. It's creating a formidable new dynamic at the heart of the Canadiens lineup. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the cost. Montreal will be giving up a substantial package, signaling a clear, all-in mentality. The key pieces going to Los Angeles will be a first-round pick and David Reinbacher. Reinbacher, selected 5th overall in 2023, is a star defensive prospect who many believe could push for NHL playing time this very season. He represents a significant future asset, a potential top-pairing defenseman for years to come. Parting with him would be tough, but underscores the magnitude of the acquisition. Montreal would also trade Kirby Dach, a player who, despite being plagued by injuries, still possesses immense talent. A former 3rd overall pick, Dach is only 24 and has shown flashes of brilliance when healthy. Last season, he recorded 10 goals and 12 assists for 22 points in 57 games. He's entering the final year of his 4-year, $13.45 million deal, making him an attractive piece of the Kings, who could see him as a reclamation project with high upside, capable of replacing Byfield in their lineup. This trade is a testament to Canadiens' unwavering focus on winning the Cup, even if it means sacrificing highly valued prospects and picks. From the Kings' perspective, why would they consider moving a player like Byfield? While he is a key part of their roster, a package surrounding a first-round pick and a blue-chip defensive prospect like Reinbacher, plus a talented center in Dach, might be too enticing to pass up. It will allow them to replenish their prospect pool, add a different look at center, and potentially acquire more assets down the line. This bold move also aligns perfectly with the stated intentions of Canadiens general manager Kent Hughes. Montreal made the playoffs last season as the youngest team in the league, a clear sign that their rebuild is ahead of schedule. They've already made aggressive moves this offseason, adding a player like Noah Dobson, as mentioned in the original context, though not part of this specific trade. And Hughes has hinted that the team may not be done. He famously stated, "My focus is more so on what we can do to build a team that's capable of competing for the Stanley Cup. The reality is, we're not going to put the perfect team together over the course of one summer. We recognize we have other things we'd like to accomplish. Acquiring Byfield would be a monumental step toward accomplishing those other things and signaling to the league that the Canadiens are no longer just building for the future. They are building to win now. If the Canadiens decide to go all in this season, acquiring Byfield will be one of the biggest names they could possibly target. He would fit in perfectly with the Canadiens' young core, forming a dynamic partnership with Nick Suzuki that could become one of the best 1-2 punches at center in the entire NHL. Imagine the defensive headaches that tandem would create for opposing teams. This isn't just about adding a player. It's about establishing a new identity, a new level of expectation, and a clear path to contention. It would be a hefty price to pay for Montreal, but Byfield will be a key part of the Canadiens' roster for years to come, a cornerstone piece around whom they could build a championship dynasty. The season opens on October 8th against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and if a move like this were to happen, the excitement in Montreal will be absolutely palpable. So, Habs Nation, what's your take on this potential seismic shift? Is Quinton Byfield worth the price? Is this the kind of aggressive, fearless move you want to see from Kent Hughes? Let us know your thoughts, your dreams, your wildest predictions in the comments below. Smash that like button if you're dreaming of a Byfield-Suzuki tandem leading us to glory. And subscribe to our channel for all the latest Canadiens news, in-depth analysis, and every breaking development. Let's make some noise.